bogs like this throughout the Australian Alps, so ACT, New South Wales and Victoria, are responsible for 80% of the water that goes into the Murray-Darling Basin.
It's a very unique ecosystem, a very delicate ecosystem. It's a real privilege to work in it.
Communities come together in times of need, and with bushfire recovery it takes time, love and effort to produce something really special.
It's important to keep this ecosystem here so that all of our eggs aren't in one basket, but we need to sort of make sure it's a corridor of an ecosystem rather than just one location.
So the Black Summer bushfires burnt over 87,000 hectares here in the ACT, and this included over 80% of Namadgi National Park. In response to the fires, Landcare ACT worked with a number of partners, and in particular Southern ACT Catchment Group, to develop a project that's focused on engaging the broad community in bushfire recovery actions. This project was supported by the Australian Government Bushfire Recovery for Wildlife and Habitat Community Grants Program.
Southern ACT Catchment Group is the leading network provider for Landcare ACT to allow local community to be involved with the bushland and the recovery of the landscape. Today we're actually in a really special place. This is a sensitive area. It's a subalpine montane bog. We've had volunteers through the area working on this bog for the last 8 months, from everything from monitoring through to mapping, making sure that we're getting invertebrate pests out of the way. We're also doing, obviously, weeding, hand weeding in the place. Being such a sensitive area, you can't put any chemicals in.
It's a keystone of the ecosystem, so it's a really important base layer for the wildlife here, and it retains all the moisture, which keeps the bogs healthy. So this is our sphagnum moss here. This isn't especially healthy. When it's healthy, it's a bright, vibrant green, which you'll be able to see when Ben shows you his shade cloth areas. This is why it's so important that we rehabilitate the sphagnum and protect it, because we want that healthy vibrancy in the bogs to maintain the ecosystem. So this is our job to make this nice and bright and green again.
I'm Ben Keeney and I'm a researcher from the ANU that studies peatlands in the Australian Alps region, and I've been doing a lot of work in Namadgi and Tidbinbilla Nature Reserve on rehabilitation of bogs following the 2020 fires. So this is one of the shade cloth experiments that I've been running following the 2020 fires, and what we're doing here is we're looking at the effect of shade cloth on improving the growth of sphagnum. So we'll just have a look here at what it looks like. What we can see is there's a distinct difference. Here we can see quite dense, thick areas of sphagnum regrowth, and also quite good regrowth in other key bog species, being Empedisma and Apacris. I'll be keeping these on for a couple of years, just until we start to see the vegetation start to grow and be able to shade the sphagnum from high summer temperatures.
The group that I've been gifted have been fantastic. We engaged with the community, and one of the community groups we engaged with was Bruce CIT, and we had conservation land management students that we targeted because it can be very hard getting land management and the next level up from your studies. So perfect opportunity was we could affect the most change in a sensitive area like this, which is a fantastic project for these guys to sink their teeth into, and they have grabbed it and they have run with it so hard.
I've always been motivated to help in conservation efforts. You know, it's something that is diminishing.
For volunteers, being involved in this project was about not only the environmental outcomes, but we were hearing from volunteers that they were experiencing personal well-being outcomes as well. So this project really has been a win-win for the environment and also for the community that's been helping to restore it.
You know, there's some people who are younger and then working alongside people who are older, and we all get along really well. We enjoy working out here. We have a great time, and it's very fulfilling for all of us, really.
I love coming out here because there are so few of these ecosystems left in this area, and it's so important to protect them.
Without the people all across Australia that lend their time, their effort, their knowledge, we couldn't do what we do.
Our agriculture, so Australian agriculture, is dependent on areas such as this. Its ability to slowly release water, its ability to filter the water, and its ability to keep these landscapes that are very, very prone to fire hydrated.
This project is just one of many in the ACT that's working on bushfire recovery, focused on increasing the resilience of the threatened ecological communities as well as the broader landscapes here in the ACT region.